Hello, this is Kelly Driscoll. I'm a Channel Systems Engineer for Riverbed Technologies. This presentation is an overview of the steelhead appliances and the technology and features that we have that make us stand out from the competition. The agenda for this module looks like this. So first we'll talk about Riverbed and the company itself. We'll talk about the steelhead appliances and some of the core technologies there. And then we'll talk about more of the differentiating features that really make us stand out from the competition. So who is Riverbed? Riverbed is the IT infrastructure performance company for networks, application, and storage. So over the course of this presentation, I'll show you all the technologies that fit into those different classes. We are a public and profitable technology company. RVBD on the NASDAQ is our symbol. We have over 7,000 customers to date. We're in 55 of the global 100, which are obviously some of the biggest companies in the world. We have 24/7 follow the sun. We did over $333 million in revenue in 2008, and in 2009, in Q3, we had our biggest quarter ever, which was $102 million in revenue. We have a bunch of money in the bank with no debt, and we just hit our 1,000th employee, and we are headquartered in San Francisco. So here you can see our customer growth and revenue growth since we started shipping product back in Q3 of 2004. So last quarter we did just over $100 million in revenue, $102 million. It was our first quarter ever where we passed the $100 million mark, and we're up to right around 7,000 customers. So the consultancy group Gartner does a magic quadrant based on the WAN optimization space, and this is what it looked like in 2006 and 2007. As you can see, Riverbed's the clear leader here, with 2007 showing us widening our gap between us and the competitors. So Gartner didn't do a magic quadrant for 2008, so 2009 in June, this one came out, and as you can see, Riverbed's still the clear leader. You can see what all the other competitors did. Juniper definitely went down quite a bit. Blue Coat and Cisco are still the ones that seem to be challenging Riverbed at this time. Here are the market share numbers up through Q2 of 2009. You can see that Riverbed is the clear leader here, with Cisco and Blue Coat being second and third. With Cisco and Blue Coat, we really think that the gap is farther than it shows on this chart, because if you take Blue Coat, for example, their main business is web proxies, and so their web proxy platform can run WAN optimization software. Well, on the last earnings call, the CEO of Blue Coat said that they feel that their WAN optimization revenue is only about 5% of their total revenue. And so if that's true, then these numbers for Blue Coat have to be way off. What Blue Coat tends to do is since every box they ship can run a WAN optimization software, they tend to try and count that. And a lot of times Gartner and other vendors that are doing the market share numbers don't listen, don't look hard enough into what's happening, and so they just report whatever the company says. These are some of the many awards we've won recently, including Technology of the Year award 4 years in a row from InfoWorld. Also of note, Network Computing Well Connected Award and the Network World Clear Choice Award. Our basic tagline is we make 3,000 miles feel like 30 feet. So we reduce the effects of latency within your wide area network. This increases user and IT productivity by accelerating applications and also by reducing bandwidth that's required on your wide area network. This product is the easiest to deploy on the market, and there's no changes to client servers or no changes to your IP addressing scheme. Riverbed Steelhead appliances allow you to accelerate applications in the 5 to 50x range. And at the same time, we remove 60% of the data off of your WAN on average. This allows you to reduce the amount of WAN bandwidth that you have in your WAN. Also allows you to avoid WAN upgrades if your pipe is filled up. We can expand narrow links to make them look like they're much bigger pipes. And we can fill up long fat networks, LFNs. We also have a QoS engine that allows you to prioritize traffic. The holy grail of the wide area data services deployment is really site consolidation. So with site consolidation, it allows you to pull your file servers, email servers, filers, remote storage, tape backup equipment, etc. out of your branch office where you may not have any IT staff and pull it back to the data center where you have complete control over it. If a customer wants to leave a server at a remote branch office, that's okay. Now the issue becomes, how do we back it up? And with some of the features we'll talk about coming up, you'll see that we can accelerate backups in the 8 to 12x range. So if it took 8 hours to back up over a WAN link before us, it will take less than an hour once we're installed. Here is a list of some of the customers that have deployed Riverbed Steelhead appliances. As you can see, we cut across all verticals. So financial services, companies like Citigroup and MasterCard. On the upper right there, you see AEC, that's Architectural, Engineering, and Construction. This vertical has been very big for us because these companies typically are using CAD/CAM software for designing buildings. And in that case, the files become very large and it's hard to transport them across a wide area network. We fixed that problem. You also notice on the bottom there energy, companies like Chevron and Shell. And then also in the middle on the bottom, U.S. and international government agencies are using Steelhead appliances. Riverbed has many large customers, and we also have the largest deployments of WAN optimization of any of our competitors. So just a few highlights. The first one is an Australian bank. They had over 230 sites deployed, and the driving factors were web and office application acceleration. Sutter Health was a competitive takeout, so they had made a decision on one of our competitors. When they went to put it in, they found out that it wasn't as good as they thought it should be, so we came in and replaced that equipment. So now the backups that used to take days to complete now take 2 to 3 hours. NMCI is the Navy Marine Corps Internet. It's one of the largest networks in the world, and we are extensively used throughout that network. The Department of Justice has 300 plus appliances deployed across the country. The main driver there was SharePoint and acceleration of .NET applications. Willis is a risk management company. They have over 100 appliances deployed, and the driver there was consolidating multiple data centers down to one main data center and also consolidating servers from some of their branches back to the data center. And they calculated a $30 million payback over a 5-year period by using our solution. We basically solve 3 different problems. First, there's networking problems. So the customer may think they need more bandwidth, but in reality, bandwidth may not fix the problem if latency is the issue. Next, there's application problems. So the customer may tell you that web and email access is slow, FTP transfers take too long, response times are slow, and we can fix all of these issues. The third one is storage problems. So a lot of times they want to remove storage from the branch office, bring it back to the data center, or maybe they want to back up servers that are at remote sites and the backups are taking too long. We can fix that issue also. Now to make things a little more complicated, in big customers especially, there's going to be 3 different groups. There'll be a networking group, there'll be an application group, and there'll be a storage group. And my experience is that a lot of times they don't talk together very often and they don't work together very often. So if the application group brings you in, you may have to also work with the networking and the storage groups to make sure they see the full benefit of the Riverbed solution.